What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my first official solo live stream for this NFL season, and going to be going into the NBA season, obviously doing my own show. Guys, welcome. We're going to be doing this show every single day going forward. However, we're going to be doing it in the 11 o'clock window as opposed to, it's now 3 o'clock Eastern time. I do not know the times of the day now. I just work. I never know when the sun sets, when it rises. But yeah, guys, the entire point of this live stream is that we're going to be sniping value. We're going to be taking plus EV betting seriously. We are going to be taking advantage of all of the player props across the industry, regardless of the app. We don't discriminate. We snipe value. That is what our entire live stream is going to be about. We're also going to be focusing on the daily promos that come out. So for today, Prize Picks. Obviously, Taco Tuesday is the promo you want to be focusing on. For anybody who doesn't know what Taco Tuesday is, I'm not going to explain it. It's a discounted prop. That's all it is. So right now, Walker is discounted from 4 pitcher strikeouts down to 2.5. We're going to be building a lot of Prize Pick slips as well as underdog fantasy slips, and I'm going to be doing them with you guys. One thing I would like to do, and one thing I would like to focus on throughout these live streams, is I want to show you my mindset, and I want to show you like what type of value we're looking through, and what to look at when identifying value, and not just pick plays, not just throw them at a dartboard and hope that they hit, right? Because that's what the general audience does. That's what a lot of casual sports bettors do. Is they go across all these DFS apps and they choose based on feelings. They do it based on historical averages, whatever it is. They have their own method, right? And our method is a proven, profitable long-term strategy. It is called the plus EV betting strategy, and it's through line comparing. And we're not just comparing lines across DFS apps, we're comparing on sports books. And I'm going to break it down for you guys just to show you guys what this really looks like. And again, I understand that a lot of these concepts are very advanced. So I'm going to kind of stop in the middle of these live streams, and I'm going to go through all your questions. Feel free to spam questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Unless you're in my Twitter DMs, then there's a lot of dumb questions. But if you guys have any questions about sports betting in general, again, all these videos we have online, on YouTube, on how to interpret sports betting odds, on what plus EV betting is, all that fun stuff. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into some Prize Pick slips. We're going to start out with taking advantage of this promo. Again, I'd assume a majority of you have already taken advantage of this promo. I have as well. But let's just hypothetically pretend that you have not. Again, I'll go over 5-6 picks here, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. And I'm going to break down each one of these picks. This isn't going to be a rapid fire thing. This is going to be more of an educational thing because I want you guys to see the value within these slips. I want you guys to understand this. I don't want you to watch these live streams just for picks, just for slips. I want you to watch these live streams and fully understand what you're looking at, because that seems to be, something that I haven't really been able to educate my audience as well lately. And I've seen that. Like, I get some questions daily on how to read sportsbooks odds and why I should middle certain people and certain plays on certain DFS apps. And I'm going to be answering all those questions for you. So again, Prize Picks. Let's start here. So Ogunbowale and Collier, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyway, they have a points combo of 41. Let's actually take a look at this 41 prop. Without going to the actual sports books themselves, what we can assume right now, based on DraftKings setting this price to minus 143, all this line is, it's an implied odd, right? Behind what DraftKings is setting, what they would set a price tag to if these two had a combo prop. And the way that we're doing this math is that we're simply adding these two player points props together, and we're finding the Poisson distribution, the approximation on what this combo prop, what these two individual player props would show on DraftKings if there was a combo prop. So what we're going to assume here is, based on this really juiced prop on DraftKings, that Ogunbowale and Collier are favored on the over pretty drastically, right? Their individual props are. So that could mean Ogunbowale's even prop is set to 22. Collier is set to 20. Again, I don't know their individual props, but as we know, that comes out with a 42 points line. And we know, based on that data, that this is a very soft line because it's set to 41, right? So that's how you interpret these lines. FanDuel, not so much bullish on these two players. DraftKings really is. Bovada very bullish. Looks like they're one of the most bullish. And then Underdog also minus 150. Again, we're using approximations to determine what the value would be across all these apps. And it looks like Parlay Play is the app to take advantage of if you're looking at these individual player props. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw Ogunbowale in here. If I know how to spell her name. And we're looking at this combo prop of 41 points. We're hitting the over because there's a mathematical advantage based on the market data. A general amount of these books here, or these DFS apps and combo of books, are setting a bullish line at 41. If this prop was set to 41 points across the books, this would be a great prop to take advantage of. We obviously can't put these two props together because Collier is also in this combo prop. Elena Smith under rebounds for the Chicago Sky. Let's go ahead and throw her in there. Two different teams, so yeah. Awesome. Elena Sky. And this is pretty straightforward, right? Because we have Elena Sky's prop on both Sports Battle and Parlay Play set to 6.5. 2 out of the 3 books agree with a certain price point. They're saying that this projection should be set to 6.5, right? But on Prize Picks, it's set to 7. And no, guys, I'm not ignoring all of your questions. I'm going to go ahead and get to them here in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to build out a Prize Pick slip. This one looks very good. De La Cruz and Otani set to 3 HRR. What we can assume here is that Otani has a line of 1.5 HRR and Cruz has a line of 1.5 HRR. What's 1.5 plus 1.5? It's 3, right? And what we're assuming here, based on the data that we're getting from both Bovada and DraftKings, that there's slight juice on the over here. So that combo prop is actually pretty darn soft here on Prize Picks. So this combo prop is a great prop to take advantage of. It seems like a very casual play too because everybody loves Otani and De La Cruz. Right now we're taking the over at 3. And then last but not least, Reese Olson. This one should get bumped pretty quickly. You usually see strikeout props with an exact match and obviously heavy juice on the over here. They usually get bumped pretty quick. I can almost guarantee you that this player, Reese, not with a C, with an S. Oh, wow. Hasn't gotten bumped yet. This would be a 5 flex slip that's mathematically profitable. Reason is because 5-man flex plays, you're looking for average implied odds in each leg for minus 119 implied odds. The way that we're breaking this down is based on the hidden math behind this. 10 times payout for getting 5 out of 5, a 2 times return for getting 4 out of 5, and a 0.4 times return for getting 3 out of 5. And all that hidden math is baked in, basically saying, hey, we need average prop percentages on individual legs to hit over 54.2% for this to be a profitable long-term play. As you can see, all those percentages that we just picked are above that mark. Now, this isn't the best slip. Like, all these percentages really are in that ballpark of 55, 54%. Obviously, there's still a profitable profit margin here. But the reality is we usually can find better plays here. Like, I like starting, with 58, 60%ers because I like having that edge just in case these odds go backwards, right? Like, there's always that chance that the odds could shift on these guys, and it does happen sometimes. That's why we like to look for more books. The more book support, the better. It looks like there's another play that popped up here. We'll talk about that here in a second. But that's how I interpret this data, right? The more books, the better the prop. 2 books, 2 to 3 books, looks very good in my opinion. More than enough market support to go ahead and support those props. So what we can do here is if you use the Walker play, we can go ahead and throw in this Wainwright. 16.5 pitching outs. Now, this one's all right, so let me explain this pitching prop because this is actually not straightforward. So the reason I'm actually not going to take this prop is because right now we can see a 1 pitching prop difference. And again, like, this is just like the hidden math behind it. When you get to, well, actually, it's not that bad. So we're looking at 3, obviously, outs per inning. So this pitching outs actually means that this player is favored to go over 5 innings, whereas 16.5, it's in between, 5 and 6 innings. So it's actually not that bad. I actually did the hidden math incorrect. So that Wainwright play is actually not that bad at all. So as you can see here, set to 15.5 on Prize Picks, 16.5, and actually it just got bumped. So I'm talking in circles here. So as you can see here, that was a very good play if you're able to take advantage of it. But I'm not sitting here refreshing the optimizer consistently, so obviously I wasn't able to take advantage of that. Anyway, This slip is great. If you guys can enter this slip, I've already used the taco, so I cannot enter this exact slip. But what I can do is I can build out using these other plays. I'm going to try to enter this slip with you guys. And then I will find another play, another leg to throw on. Just to dabble a little bit, right? Let's go ahead and throw in Ogunbowale over 41 points. Smith, under 7 rebounds. We have Otani. That got removed for a second. And then Olsen over 4.5 strikeouts. So right now I have four props. Let's go ahead and find one more. See if we can snipe out another one. We have Alyssa Thomas here. Is that within the same game? Connecticut. Alyssa Thomas over 10 rebounds. Boom, I was able to get that one in. So throwing on the last leg, if you guys have already used your taco, I threw in Thomas here. Over 10 rebounds. And this is very straightforward, right? The book or the DFS market is setting this to 10.5. With Parlay Play and Sports Battle agreeing with this price tag, or this projection rather, but on Prize Picks, obviously 0.5 behind. So that's a very easy interpretation. That's how you read that line. All right, so that's it. That's all the plays that we have here on the optimizer. It looks like the rest are pretty dry. Again, we're looking for about 54.2% plus. Again, because of hidden math, that is what you need per leg for this to be a profitable long-term slip. You look at the average sports bettor, right? They're hitting at a 50% rate. 50%. And in order to beat Prize Picks, you have to hit above 54.2% for 5-man and 6-man flexes. On 2-man powers, that's not the case. You have to beat 2-man powers, individual legs, at about 57.75% or higher in terms of fair odds. That's how you do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the DFS middling tool, because this has become my favorite tool to use on DGF. And the reason is because you can find hidden gems here that just don't pop up on the DFS optimizer. I get this a lot. I get questions all the time about what the difference between the DFS optimizer and the middling tool is. The middling tool is, it shows the largest discrepancies between two DFS apps. It's very straightforward, right? So like an extreme example here at the top. Dak Prescott set the 0.5 on Prize Picks. Obviously that's the promo, right? But on Parlay Play, the largest discrepancy, 252.5, you would obviously take the middle here and hope that Dak Prescott finishes within the middle, right? Assuming that you have an equal amount of units on both sides. So that's how you interpret this data, right? So let's take another example, just going down Wade Miley. What you were able to do is observe these projections across various DFS apps. Wade Miley is set to 4 on Prize Picks, Underdog 4, Hot Streak 4.5, Parlay Play 4, 4.5. Now, what you're again able to do is directly compare here. As you can see, 2 of the 6 apps have it set to 4.5. So the more accurate projection might be set to 4. Regardless, there's not enough market support here to really be to really take advantage of 4. You would have to have this being the only app set to 4 and the rest of them being set to 4.5. Right? There's not enough market support. So when 2 of the 6, obviously there's some uncertainty around that DFS app. Anyway, going down the line, you can see the exact same thing here. 5, 5, 5, 5. It looks like it's pretty split. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Looks like you really can't take advantage of these props. However, in this next line, Zach Gallen is set to 5.5, but on Jock Market, set to 6. Right? Clear discrepancy here. Clear as day that the market does not agree with Jock Market. The better play would be on Jock Market, set to 6. Right? Because obviously these projections all equal each other, but on Jock Market, obviously the value will be there. 0.5 higher. It's very straightforward. That's how you observe the market. That's how you observe the middling tool. And what you're able to do is find hidden gems within this middling tool that you aren't able to find on the DFS optimizer. On the DFS optimizer, however, what it is it's consensus data, just a one-to-one comparison. For instance, like you don't know what the other DFS apps are setting Wainwright's sportsbook line to. All you know is that this is the closest projection, and this is what the DFS market or the sportsbook market is setting their price tag to at 16.5. That's all you know. You don't know the largest discrepancy, right? It's good to see the discrepancies here and what the market is doing based on the projections that they're independently setting, because every single DFS app sets their projections independently. So that means if they're setting their projections independently, they're doing all the research for you. They're setting their models. They have all the data available in the entire world to set their markets, right? So when 5 apps agree on the same projection, that is assumed to be a very accurate projection. That's how that works, right? Just common logic. So anyway, let's go ahead and build out a slip using the DFS middling tool. Before I do that, I'm going to go to questions for the very first time here because I was ignoring you guys. Sup, Sano? What's going on? What's going on? Dustin stream, Matt stream, gorgeous. Yes, sir. Any more LOL today? Don't know yet. No questions. Just want to see good value on underdog. Is asking what's a dumb question? A dumb question? Yeah. Is it possible to eventually hit big on betting after consecutive L's? Yeah. Obviously, guys, trusting the process with plus EV betting is extremely tough. Like I mentioned this on Twitter the other day, but like to put this in perspective, we hit a 30x on Twitter, right? I know this is an extreme example, but I technically could lose the next 28 slips. I could go 0 for 6 in the next 28 slips on Prize Picks, and I'd still be up, right? And that's very hard to stomach for a lot of people who are tailing slips, a lot of people who are trusting in this plus EV process, because the plus EV process is very, very tough to manage through, especially if you're not managing your bankroll appropriately. And a lot of people have bankroll management questions. They always ask me, what should my unit size be? What should my percent be if I'm playing, if I only have $50 in my Prize Picks account? And my answer is always very simple. It should be about 1% of your bankroll on every single slip. Because what that allows you to do is go through the variance, right? The big swings, the ups and the downs. Let's say that you lose actually 28 slips straightforward, right? That means you would lose a significant amount of your bankroll. And if you're not managing it appropriately through that range, if you're actually betting more than like 10% on each of your individual slips, you're going to lose that bankroll like immediately. So that's why I always recommend about 1% of your bankroll. It's very straightforward. I like to use that rule again. It does change depending on percent odds to hit, all that stuff, if you want to get technical, but it's a good rule of thumb, a really good rule of thumb. How do you determine Kelly size for fantasy slips? Yeah, I mean, that's really getting into the advanced topics. In a nutshell, again, like I'm at a point now, I know sick brag, bro, sick brag, where I don't really have to manage my bankroll as closely as I once did. I put a set amount. So like, let's say, rounding, let's say that set amount's $100. Like I'm comfortable in putting down $100 on each one of my slips. I really don't look at the Kelly criteria method too much in depth anymore to answer that question personally. But again, if you are really paying close attention to your bankroll, then you'd have to adapt that strategy. You have premium. We have a premium Discord server. I don't think it's in the description. I have to double check. But what it is we allow people into the premium Discord server for either $80 a month, or we allow it for if you use code DGF in one of our partner apps. By the way, all the partner apps on the very top, you use code DGF, you get 100% match up to $100. I see I'm losing you guys because I'm not building slips. I'll get to it in a second. Again, the whole point of these streams is to educate the public. Educate the public. If you use code DGF in any one of these apps, you can get into the Discord server for free. That's how I'm going to do this. So again, just DM me a screenshot of you using code DGF, and I'll let you into the Discord chat for free. And again, the benefit of being inside that premium Discord chat is that we have all of our analysts posting slips in the Discord server before the bumps, before we post them to Twitter. So that is the benefit that you get for being in that Discord server. Also, we are running a sale. If you guys want to sign up for DGF, use code MATT, M-A-T-T, from this live stream. You get a 7-day free trial. But if you want to sign up for an annual subscription, use code STREAM. You get 25% off, and that's only from this stream. 25% off any annual subscription. All right, back to slip building because I know I'm losing you guys. Let's take a look at the middling tool, because a lot of people get confused here, and it looks like there's a really good prop here that actually just popped up. Arango. We're going to call that guy Christian Arango. That's what we're calling him. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered his name, but let's go ahead and get rid of this last slip here, and let's build out a slip with Arango. Sure. Under 3 shots. So the reason that we're taking the under on prize picks is because we only have one other market discrepancy here, and that's going to be with underdog. What we're hoping here is by hitting the over on underdog, the under on prize picks is that this player lands on 3. This is called middling. Obviously, we can't win on both apps, but we can push on prize picks, which is technically not losing, right? And we can win on underdog. That is the goal here. And the reason why this is showing such a high percentage is because 63.58% indicates that this player, based on his historical data, based on how the poison distribution handles shots on goal, that this 0.5 shots moves the needle a lot in terms of a percent odds to hit. That's how you interpret this data. And again, this is all hidden. This is all built into the math behind this discrepancy of 2.5 to 3. So what you're going to be doing is hitting the under on 3, and you're going to be hitting the over on underdog at 2.5. That is how you interpret that data. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head over to underdog right now while I'm building this slip on prize picks. And I'm also going to be taking the over. Hopefully it hasn't gotten removed, because we know that underdog removes these plays so quickly, at 2.5. Winning right, again, we're interpreting this data. A lot of the market agrees with this 3.5. The only one that is off here is going to be on sports battle. So what I would do is interpret this data as sports battle being off and hitting the over on sports battle. But we're ignoring sports battle for now. We just took the Olsen play. Looks like 5 has gotten bumped here on sports battle. Looks like a parlay place at the 5 regardless. Enough market data to ignore that. We're looking at Alyssa Thomas here. It looks like 2 apps agree with 7.5, 8, so we're ignoring there. 4.5, we're ignoring that one. This one, we have 2 apps in agreement here with 11 and 10.5 on parlay play. Parlay play is going to be the app you're taking advantage of there. Collier, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.5. Sports battle is off there. You guys can see how I'm interpreting this data, right? Like, very straightforward. J. Kim, I think it's how you pronounce his name, whatever his name is, looks like a really good discrepancy. On hot streak, set to 42.5. Yes, the juice is on the under, slightly minus 141, not the best. But we can take advantage of this 39.5 because what we're doing is we're observing the middle as the most accurate projection here. Hot streak is saying that, hey, this projection should be set to 42.5. And not only should it be set to 42.5, but slight juice on the under here, so really closer to the 42 to 41.5. There's still a 2-kill discrepancy. There should never be discrepancies in the market that exist like this. And that's how you interpret this data. So for that reason, we're observing the market. We're using the middle as the most accurate projection. And we're taking the over at 39.5 on that specific player. When the market closes, obviously these projections get very, very close. And therefore, the percent odds will move down. But right now, we're grabbing the elite value here at 39.5 on prize picks, 42.5 on hot streak. Okay? Again, 12, 12, 12, 12.5. Obviously not that good of a projection. Another good one here. This is Elena Smith. We just took this one in the last slip. We'll go ahead and put him in for now because right now there is not too much value to take advantage of on prize picks. But 7 here, as you can see, 7, 2 apps agree with 6.5. 7 is the projection to take advantage of. 4.5, market disagreements here, so we're ignoring that one. Courtney Williams, 16, 16, 16, 15.5 on hot streak. That would be the best app to take advantage of the projection there. That's how you do it. Wade Miley, 4.5. Verlon, this one's been up there all day. Jacob again, but we obviously can't use him twice. Bro, BR0, I think that's how you pronounce his name. We are going to take advantage of this one as well. Under 20, again, market discrepancy should not exist. Going to be 1.5 kills off here on hot streak again. Hot streak looks to be setting their lines completely independently than the market in general. So right now we're taking advantage of the under 20 and we're taking the over 18.5. That is BRO for CSGO. And we're taking the under here. So I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do one more. 18.5 looks like hot streak is off again. Shouldn't be that discrepancy. Lido, whatever his name is, Walker, obviously is off on hot streak again. If you guys need to download hot streak to take advantage of these value plays, do so now because these plays are completely off on hot streak. All right, so this one's interesting. So we have three of the five apps agreeing on 28 on Collier, and 29.5 looks to be the most off here on Hot Streak. So given that discrepancy, it looks like that would be, again, the best app to take advantage of. 28.5 is also slightly off here on Parlay Play, but the best overall app to take advantage of for the value is going to be on Hot Streak. All right, I'm gonna stop talking through this. I'm gonna take advantage of one that I see so I can get out a slip here pretty quickly. 4.5, 16, knock. Knock looks to be another good one, given the discrepancy here, 38 and 40.5 here on Hot Streak. So that would complete the slip. Just kidding, because we have two players from the same team. Obviously can't do that. Hayes, head trick. Let's see if he's on the same team as any one of these other players. And I believe that's an under. Yeah. Under. That's it. That's how you put together a 5-man flex slip. Again, we're looking for 54.2% plus for 5-man flex plays and 6-man flex plays. In order to beat Prize Picks long term, you have to have individual leg odds percent of 54.2% or higher. That is how you do it. The more you're ahead of that 54.2% margin, the more of a profit margin you have in the long run. That is how you beat Prize Picks. Okay? And again, that's all hidden math behind it. That is exactly how you do it. And that is the next slip that we have. Questions. Can you have two on the same team for Prize Picks? No, not for CSGO. For League of Legends, you can. For League of Legends, you can. Hey, I seen Alex post a parlay play, and I tailed on underdog. Was that bad? Yes, that is bad, and I'll explain why. Because parlay play, one, sets their projections differently from underdog. So if you're taking projections that are different between two apps, completely different value plays, right? The math doesn't necessarily make sense. Not only that, underdog and parlay play they both pay out differently. So there's different value plays on each one of those apps. What did I just do? Just set up a different tab somehow. So let's actually take a look there. Let's actually look at parlay play's best slip types right now. Based on the 6-man insured, I believe you get 25x for 6 out of 6, 2.5 for 5 out of 6, and then 0.4 for 4 out of 6. Based on that math, all you need to beat is a fair odds percentage of about 53.5, I believe the last time I checked. So if I head all the way down here, yeah, the cutoff is going to be about 53%. So that's what you're looking at in terms of a fair odds percentage. But for underdog, first of all, they don't even have 6-man insured slips, but their slip types are completely different. Their payouts are completely different. So the edge is completely different between these two apps. So to answer your question, yes, you should not have tailed it on a different app because it might not be plus EV. So I have a bad habit of placing $5 on a 6-leg. Should I start increasing amount to $10, $20, $50 for any big bet in general to potentially increase my winnings? Okay, so again, back to my bankroll management spiel. I don't know if you were here for that, but again, you should really only be putting about 1% of your bankroll in each one of your slips, because if you increase your bankroll, if you increase your unit size for each one of these slip types, then you're going to run out of money pretty quickly. So it's not so much an amount issue, it's more so a ratio issue. So 1%. If that's 1% of your bankroll, if $5 is 1% of your bankroll, if you have $500, then you should be betting $5. If it's $1,000, you should be betting $10. That's how you do it. Does the value on esports come from hitting on both sides since there's no book lines? So it depends. It totally depends, right? So we took a look at the middling tool. So let's actually look at a couple plays, and let me go through it. I'm going to filter by esports plays. And let's actually take a look at this guy, Crix. Yeah, that's his name. Sure. As you can see here, the value is set to, or the projection is set to 35.5 here on Prize Picks. On Parlay Play and Sports Battle, it's also set to 35.5. But on Underdog, it's set to 34. So you would not middle this exact play. The reason is because 3 of these 4 books agree with a projection, and the one app that is off is going to be on Underdog. So for this exact example, you would not middle the 2. However, if we look all the way up here, this Kron, whatever his stupid name is, under 23 map headshots, you would hit the under on prize picks and the over on hot streak because we don't have that additional DFS support, if that makes sense. Because what you're doing is you're assuming the middle is the most accurate projection as opposed to the actual market. We don't have 4 or 5 books to support this. We only have between 2 price points to really pen the middle, right? And there's no sample size. There's not really any data out there to support whether prize picks or hot streak has more accurate projections. So therefore, trust the middle as the most accurate projection in this exact situation. And you see this happen all the time, all the time. Would the percentages change if I played him on the 2-man on both platforms? Absolutely. So 2-man power plays on prize picks, on underdog, on parlay play, and I believe on hot streak, not hot streak, jock market, all pay the exact same. I believe they pay 3 times. So what you'll see here is in order to beat prize picks long term with a 2-man power, paying out 3 times your entry fee, you have to hit each one of your legs 57.75% plus of the time. So let's go ahead and just look at the math here. Minus 136 implied odds on each one of those legs. If I were to filter by these plus EV plays for 2-man powers, you'll see that I have none to choose from. And that's because the edge goes away the second that you start selecting worse slip types. And a lot of people like playing 2-man powers because they're easier, but in reality, they are easier, obviously. But they're going to drain your bank account, especially if you're not selecting plus EV plays. The best bang for your buck slip is to play the long-term game, put in 1% of your bankroll, play 5-man, 6-man flex plays, and let the process run. Trust the process. That's my best advice. Like, if you're strictly playing 2-man powers, you're doing it completely wrong. I'm not saying that you can't make money off of 2-man powers. I'm saying that your edge diminishes the second that you play 2-man powers over 5-man flex plays or 6-man flex plays. Very helpful. Thanks, Mr. Downs. You're welcome. You're welcome. Next taco is live already? Already? Is it? What sport? I don't even know what sport. Is it WNBA? WNBA, MLB, what is it? I'm assuming it's WNBA, right? Yeah, Alyssa Thomas. All right. Let's take a look. Let's build out the next taco slip. That's fun. All right. And we'll refresh the optimizer in a second to come up with some more plays. Hopefully some more value opened up. Which prop did you select for your head trick on that 5-man? I missed it. Oh, shoot, dude. I don't know. I think it was the headshots. Let's actually take a look here. Yeah, it was the headshots under 12 and then hitting the over at 11.5 here on hot streak. Again, hoping that this player lands on 12. You're getting good bang for your buck here. Minus 122 on hot streak. Minus 119 implied odds on the 5-man flex. WNBA, yeah. I just pulled that up. You didn't respond to my Discord DM with the Jock Market DGF screenshot. Oh, Miles, that's because I don't check my Discord DMs. I think they're closed off. DM that screenshot to our live chat support on dgfantasy.com. Premium Discord has been fired. Yeah, it has been. We've been posting a lot of winning slips over there. Also, guys, I have 2 pending slips. I don't know if you guys have been tailing me on Twitter. It's been a good stretch. Thunderdome hit a 30x. I have a lot of 3-man powers on underdog that are still pending. It's been an amazing stretch here lately. Amazing stretch. What's your site if you're using for odds? It is dgfantasy.com. Again, if you use code Matt, you get a 7-day free trial. You just head over to the pricing tab, sign up for whatever subscription you want. Or if you want to commit to an annual subscription, 25% off, use code STREAM. And we will not be doing that promo through NFL, NBA, or else I'll go broke. All right, let's go ahead and build out another slip here. Let me close the chat so I don't get distracted. Let's cook. Let's do this. So first prize picks play is going to be Alyssa Thomas, obviously discounted from 34.5 to 30.5 PRA. I want to take a look at that play actually real quick. Let's go ahead and refresh. Let's see if this was actually a really good plus EV play because now I'm curious. Stat. This is PRA. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like, we only have DFS books to support this, and the near even line was set to 34.5. So yeah, I mean, not the best taco, but not the worst. So I can support it. Also, for every single taco, if you are fading your tacos, you don't know what you're doing, first of all. Second of all, you shouldn't be watching the stream because we take every single taco. They're all plus EV plays. Also, another play just came out here. I'm going to be taking advantage of that here in a second. But guys, just trust the process. I know that there's a limit, $20, $25, depending on how good of a bettor you are. Always take advantage of these tacos. Always play them in the 5-man, 6-man flex as long as there's other plus EV plays that support it. Regardless, we're taking this guy, Oviedo. I don't know how to pronounce him. Who cares? Right now, we're taking a look at the fantasy score projection for this pitcher. If we actually switch over to the fantasy score tab, we'll see the exact projection that DraftKings gives this player, 26.9. What they're doing, what we're doing, the guy that made the process behind all this, is that we're taking the near even lines for all the player props that are included in that pitcher fantasy score. Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down. Let's take this one step further so that you guys understand. Oviedo. Scoring chart. So what we're doing is we are coming up with the player prop odds for a win for this specific player. Those odds are available. Quality start, those are available. Earned runs allowed, his strikeouts, and outs. And we're adding all those together using the multipliers for prize picks. You get 6 points for a win, 4, -3, 3, 1. You guys get the point. And we're adding those all together based on DraftKings sportsbook data, and we're getting 26.9. His projection is set to 29.5 on prize picks, set to 26.9 if there was a fantasy score market on DraftKings. So therefore, we should be hitting the under because, again, we only have one other price point to compare. Right now, we should be saying that, hey, this guy's price point, his fantasy score price point is a little bit too high. 29.5 is a little bit too aggressive based on the sportsbook data that we do have. And that's how you interpret this data. So we have two ways to show it. We show it as a percentage. Hey, based on that discrepancy of 2.6 pitcher fantasy score, he has a 55.14% chance to hit the under. But we're also showing as a raw fantasy score. Hey, based on the near even player props added together, 26.9 is his fantasy score. That would be set if they had a market on DraftKings, 26.5. So that's how you interpret that data. That would be my next favorite play. Let's go ahead and throw him in there. And I'll go ahead and just build the slip here, and then I'll talk later so that you guys don't get board. Coyer and Diamond Miller over points. Let's see if that combo prop is up there. What was that prop? It was Diamond Miller. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't get bumped. Boom. Brian Wu. Okay, this isn't too bad. So as you can see, near even line with slight juice on the over, but still close to a near even line. You're getting that 0.5 discrepancy on prize picks. Set to 4.5 on all the sports books. So let's go ahead and throw Wu in there on the under. And as you can see, got bumped. That didn't last long, so no longer a good play. Corey Seager, I actually took advantage of this earlier in the day. Under 4.5 is what they have now for it. We can go ahead and throw that in there. Love combo props. I feel like there's such an edge with combo props. Let's go ahead and throw them in on the under. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Let's give this a quick refresh. And there's the taco. I already took Otani. Verlander. We could throw Verlander in there. Let's go ahead and switch to the middling tool real quick because I'm curious. That is my favorite tool right now to use. Let's go ahead and take K-Ron. I don't think we took him. Yeah, let's take K-Ron under 30. Under 39 maps, 1 to 2 kills. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and break down all my picks here in a second so that you guys know exactly what I'm looking at. But this is the slip. We have Alyssa Thomas, the taco, 30.5. Vito, we'll call him, under 29.5 pitcher fantasy score. Coyer, Diamond Miller, over 32 points combo. Carroll, Corey Seager, under 4.5 HRR. I believe they were set to 4 earlier. I think if you hit the over on 4, it was plus EV. Under 4.5, it's plus EV now. Odds change, guys. It happens. K-Ron, under 39, map 1 to 2 kills. So, anyway, This is the slip I would enter for this Taco Tuesday. Let's go ahead and break down each one of these plays. Alyssa Thomas, obviously the discount, that is a plus EV play. I already went over Oviedo. Coyer and Diamond Miller, let's actually take a look at the odds again. So, if these player props existed, these combo player props existed on the sports books, these are the lines that would be set. And again, these are showing fair odds of these combo props, and all that is it's the addition of these 2 points for these specific players. That's all this is. And we're interpreting it as a fair odds line, and we're also interpreting it as an actual percent odds to hit. And anything above a 54.2% is a plus EV play for 5-man flexes and 6-man flexes. So as you can see here, heavier juice on the underdog line, heavier juice on the DraftKings line, near even line, slight juice on the over here for FanDuel. Underdog actually favoring the under, and same thing with Bovada, but the majority of these books here are favoring the over, and that's the way to interpret this. So there's a mathematical advantage to hitting the over of that combo prop on Coyer and Diamond Miller. And why there's such an edge right now is because people are not looking that in depth into these combo props. They're either, if they're doing it manually, they're psychopaths, or they're just too lazy to do it. And I was too lazy. I was not a psychopath. I was not going to spend time doing that. I had to have the process automated for this whole thing to work. Like, I'm not going to sit here and manually calculate all the odds for the combo props. That would drive me insane. So we have the automated process for you guys. It shows you everything that you should be taking into consideration, the sportsbooks lines, the DFS lines, and what they would be setting those lines to. That is how to interpret this data. Anyway, that would be the slip I would be entering for this 5-man flex. I want to hop over to a middling tool, and if you guys are a $5 better unit, if you're a $5 unit better, we'll go ahead and put down some more slips here, more combos for the middling tool. Middling tool, again, is my favorite tool to use because, again, you can find hidden gems, get questions all the time about the difference between the two. DFS Optimizer takes into consideration the market consensus data, and the middling tool shows the largest discrepancies. The whole mindset behind this is to hit the over on one app and the under on the other. So, for instance, let's actually take a look here. This Alyssa Thomas projection just popped up. Obviously, the Taco 30.5. As you can see, looks like on Parlay Play, which was the original projection on Prize Picks. You can take the under here, hope that she finishes in the middle, and you technically win on both apps. That is how you interpret that data. We middled this guy earlier, Arango, had the over on Underdog and the under on Prize Picks. K-Ron, again, same exact mindset here, hitting the over on Hot Streak and the under on Prize Picks 39. They land in the middle. Fantastic. You win on both apps. That's how you interpret this data. If the discrepancy is large enough, there's a mathematical, advantageous strategy to use behind middling, and that's how you do it. If you don't have all the DFS apps, I highly encourage you to download as many apps as possible because it gives you the best, potential to earn the most money that you possibly can. Who wants to line shop with just looking at Prize Picks and comparing sports books? Nobody wants to do that. But what if you can compare every single DFS app in the entire world, where it's obviously legal in your state, and then you can cross-reference the two, or the 3, or the 4, or the 5. And we have up to 10 DFS apps right now on our optimizer. Keto, another great one. This is one we haven't looked at. So let's actually go ahead and build a slip here using the middling tool. Keto, we haven't built out. So let's go ahead and take the under on this prop on Prize Picks. Okay, Ron, we didn't take his headshots under. We'll go ahead and take his headshots under here. Can't tell you how many times, a player hits one or the other. I feel like they never hit the under on both. It's like they either get like 30 kills and go off in headshots or vice versa. It makes no sense. It never makes sense for CSGO. Never. Let's see. We have discrepancies here, but none of them really stand out. More market data here. Looks like Sports Battle is going to be the one to take advantage of right now. We can actually build out using other apps. I know that you guys want to build out Prize Pick slips right now, but we'll go ahead and switch over to some other DFS apps here in a little bit if you want to build out some slips for other apps. I know that Underdog's been a crowd favorite lately. Regali. Sure, we'll go with that. Hitting the under headshots. Looks like a 1 headshot discrepancy with slight juice on the under as well here on Hot Streak, so that's good. That's good. Looks like the bad line is going to be set here, but they play for the same teams. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Fanny plays for Bet Boom. We already have a Bet Boom guy in here. No, against Bet Boom. No, we have a Bet Boom guy in here. Also, yeah, this is another thing, though. I didn't even notice this. So positive correlation with CSGO plays. It's completely different from League of Legends. In League of Legends, positive correlation is when you take 2 overs from the same team, 2 unders from the same team, or you're looking at the opposing over-under on the opposite team. So, for instance, I posted that 30x slip that I hit on Prize Picks. This was 2 days ago, where it had 2 overs from the same team, and then it had an under from the opposing team. Why that is positively correlated is because if your team is doing well in League of Legends, the percent chance for the rest of your teammates to get kills goes up. However, when you're going against an opposing team, their percent chance for them to get kills goes down. So it's positively correlated to hit 2 overs from the same team or 2 unders, and then take the opposing over-under. So that's how that works. However, for CSGO, it's literally the opposite. So first and foremost, you can't pair 2 of the same players from the same team, but you can pair 1 player from one team and then the opposing player from the same matchup. But what's positively correlated for CSGO is if you hit 2 unders or 2 overs from the same matchup. Reason is because when a game, like let's say it's a blowout, like 16-2, we'll use an extreme example, the overall amount of kills in that game is limited. Like it's like, the time limit increases on the overall game the closer the game is. So think of like an NBA game that goes into like triple, quadruple overtime. Like all those players in that game would have very high, statistical, stat lines, right? So they'd have very, very aggressive stat lines. Like they'd score a lot of points. They'd have a lot of rebounds. They'd have a lot of assists. You can say this exact same thing for CSGO. Like if it goes into triple OT, all the players within that matchup are getting a lot of kills. So think of there only being like 20 total rounds. If it ends, short, if it comes up short, like all these players in that matchup, regardless of who blew the other team out, it doesn't matter. There's still a lack of kills overall. So positive correlation comes from hitting 2 unders from the same matchup or 2 overs. Hitting 2 overs with hope that you keep the game really close. 2 unders with hope that the game is a blowout. And that's the way that works. How much crack is Matt's hand on controlling that mouse? Anyway, so this is actually positive correlation. That's my entire point here. So sorry I went on that ramble. Anyway, going down the line. Let's see if we can find a couple more. Sorte, same matchup. Jacob, I believe we took advantage of with his kills earlier, if I wasn't mistaken. We can go ahead and throw him in here on the over, because very straightforward, right? Direct comparison to, I believe this is Hot Streak. 21.5 on the under. Obviously, 1.5 kill discrepancy. And 20, if this player lands on 20 or 21, you win both bets on both apps. That's how that works. And then we'll find one more play, and then that's another 5 flex. I put together like 3 5 flexes for you guys. And then we'll get to some fun stuff. I want to snipe out some underdog value, because that value always goes away really quickly. So if you guys want to stay for some underdog snipes, let's do that next. I love underdog. Love underdog. I know the people hate when I post underdog plays because they get removed immediately. Come on. Give me another one. Not that much, guys. Not that much value. I believe we've taken advantage of every single one. All right, so Valorant play. Let's take a look here. 29 on Prize Picks. On 20, he set to 27.5 on underdog. So we're going to take the under here, whatever his stupid name is. Don't know why they throw numbers just randomly in their freaking name. I think that 4 is supposed to be an A, right? I think that's what they're getting at there. Wow, that jersey's ugly too. So this guy, girl, whoever this is. Alyssa Thomas over 30.5 PRA, obviously a plus EV play. Keto, and again, we went through all the discrepancies. I'm not going to go back through it. Keto under 36, map 1 to 2 kills. Kron, whatever his name is, under 23, map 1 to 2 headshots. Jakim over 20, map 1 to 2 headshots. And then last but not least, this, whatever that guy's name is, under 29, maps 1 to 2 kills. because we just observed the market here with underdog 27.5 is that kill discrepancy. Let's go ahead and kick it off by going over the underdog and taking the over of that guy's weird name. Let's type it in here. And he got removed already, so that's fun. He was set to 26. So as you can see, it's grayed out here. Let's see if that player's still there. Yeah, so he was set to 26.5. D4, 26.5. And we're going to be looking for a 3-man power on underdog. Let's switch over to underdog and look for some of these discrepancies. Bryce Elder. No, don't like that one. Okay. J and T over 11 map 1 to 2 headshots. Cool. Oh, and I didn't use the Urango guy. Is he still up there? Yeah, he is. I'm going to go ahead and throw him in too because I didn't middle him yet. Boom. Got that one in. So the slip is going to be that. Sorry, trying to sort everything at the top, guys. And then J and T over 11. Yes, these are overs. So again, we're middling prize picks here. Yeah, prize picks. D4, whatever his name is, set to 29 on prize picks. You get that 1.5 kill discrepancy. Arango set to 3 on prize picks, lands on 3, you win both bets. And then J and T headshots, obviously set to 12.5 here on hot streak. All right, so we're middling these two plays on prize picks. We really should switch over to hot streak if you guys want to do that. And again, this is the way that my mind works. So I want to show you my process, right? So I'm switching over to hot streak right now. I'm going to put a 2-man power. And for hot streak, you really want to aim for anything over 58% for a fair odds percent. Why is that? Because they have a lot of juice built in, and I believe their 2-man powers, their near even lines still pay out 3x. So you really are looking for 57.75% plus for hot streak. I don't even know if you can here. Yeah, you really can't. So I might bite my tongue there, but this is a good play on hot streak. But any other day, I'd be looking for another hot streak pair. Obviously can't find it there. So again, I'm just taking you through my mindset here. This is exactly how I scope out my value. Can you use code STREAM after you've already initiated the free trial? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. How long is League of Legends going to have 3 separate map 1 props in the same day? Good question. Some stupid EU league where they're playing like multiple games a day. Anyway, that's the first slip. I guarantee if you guys are hitting this right now, these are going to get removed. They should get removed because there's a big market discrepancy. Let's look for some more underdog plays. And again, we're looking for 3-man powers because on underdog, 3-man powers pay out 6x. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, you guys can't be behind my big head. So yeah, 3 correct plays pay out 6x opposed to prize picks is 5x, which gives you more of an edge if you were to look down to 54.95% plus for fair odds, opposed to prize picks is where you're looking at like close to 60 because payouts matter, right? You're getting more bang for your buck on underdog. Therefore, you can look for more profitable, lower margins on prize pick or on underdog. All right, let's try to build another one here. Try to get these off. Used him, Roland. Again, market agrees here with 5.5 and 5. So we're not really looking at that play specifically. Woo. Here's a good one. Woo is set to 5 on underdog. Yeah, that's a great one. So as you can see here, the entire market agrees with 4.5. It looks like Fliff and Hot Streak have juice on the over. It doesn't really matter. There's still a great discrepancy here. 0.5 moves the needle a lot. Like this should not be set to 5. This should be set to 4.5 per these other DFS apps, Sports Battle, and obviously Prize Picks. So we're taking the under here. Surprised these haven't gotten bumped yet. You guys should really be hammering those plays. Woo under 5. Six and 6 here on Sports Battle. So it looks like Sports Battle and Underdog are the odd guys out. Sykes, Olsen. That's very juiced on the over. Whitcomb. Not having too much success here on Underdog either, guys. Comparing middling value. See how the market agrees with 28.5. I think this is hot streak. I'd be taking advantage there. Ah, here's one. Natasha Cloud, over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. There you go. So as you can see here, market agrees with 10 on parlay play and also on prize picks. So 9.5, I'm taking that on Underdog. We're still looking for that 54.95% plus for this to be considered plus EV. Taking the over at 9.5. Nothing there. Smith, disagreements there. Tiffany Hayes. 5. Wainwright, 16.5. This was set to 15.5 on prize picks. Looks like parlay plays the app to play there. And then, all right, we're going to switch back to the optimizer for Underdog because I can't find any more plays. But this is my process, guys. This is exactly what I do. And there's actually some great fantasy scores. So let's hit the under on Bryce Harper as my last play. Harper, under fantasy score. That dude's trash. Got it. Perfect. Harper, under fantasy score right there. That is the slip to play. Under 9. And again, if you weren't around for the fantasy score conversation I had earlier, the way that we come up with fantasy scores is we look at all of the multipliers, all the player props involved in Underdog's fantasy score multiplier, and we add them together, and then we see what the books would price their fair odds percentage at given that data. So based on the fact that we have all of this Underdog fantasy or all this DraftKings data for player props, right now we're saying that on Underdog fantasy, Bryce Harper should be set to 7.5, not 9, because that's the raw projection. And then we show this as a percent odds to hit on the optimizer to make it very easy for you guys to interpret this data. And also, another really good play is going to be Bobby Witt under 9.5. I believe I already took that one as well. But that is it, guys. That is it for Underdog. I think we ran dry there. We're coming up on an hour. This has been fun sniping out some value, guys. I will be doing this every single day for as long as I humanly possibly can, from 11 a.m. Eastern time to 12 p.m. Harper is gone. Yeah, Harper should have been removed. Yep. Yeah, that was really good prop. That was really good prop. But that's the advantage, guys, of taking advantage of these value props. Observing the market, know that the market knows more than you, and then adjusting. So that is it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. And if you guys did enjoy this content, again, I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Be doing this going forward. With all that being said, guys, let's cash. I'm doing this by myself, so I got to do all the screens. Talk to you guys tomorrow.